Just having a quick sage before we kick off to get rid of COVID negativity that we've had today. Just going to keep this guy here running away. There we go. Okay, guys, couple more minutes. It's not 4 o'clock yet, so we'll let everyone join and then we'll get started. How is everyone today? Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah, if you can just raise your hands to let me know. Okay. Let's do the techie bit, get that out of the way. Okay, here we go. Right. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Back one, back one. Okay. Right. Bear with me, guys. The joys. Okay, let me see. There we are. All right, we'll try again to do this. Let's go. Right. I think that's us. Okay, that's going to have to do. All right. So welcome, ladies. I hope everyone's well. I hope you have been enjoying our mini journey this week. And day 3 is all about lasting rituals. So today's all about goal setting tips so that we can keep going with, you know, kind of long lasting healthy habits that we've been talking about all week, so that we don't just chuck them all out the window the minute we are finished today. You have the opportunity here to create a healthy daily ritual that you can continue long after this challenge. So please, let's start to do that. Now, as I talked about yesterday, I do not want everybody beating themselves up if they have an off day or a cheat day, but this is about being kind to yourself, and that's part of your ongoing ritual as well. So today we're going to focus on how to achieve your goals and how to obtain long-lasting results, all right? And I'm going to give you 3 steps that are going to help you achieve those goals and stay on track for what matters most to you. Now, after that, I'm going to take you through a gorgeous meditation. So just to set the tone for today, a reminder that the longest journey of any person is the journey inward. This is tough work we've been doing this week. Nobody knows what's going on. And as I said in my live a few minutes ago, we've had some bad news in Singapore. So we are being restricted again. We're back down to groups of 5, and I think we're probably going to go back into lockdown. So just when you think the end is at sight, you sometimes have to be prepared for the worst. And, you know, take an optimistic spin on that. Still working on that one, hence the sage. But we need to just all support each other and hang through this. It is hard work to keep going, especially in this crazy time of crisis, but do give yourself a break. We all want positive change, but we are all human. We are going through a time that no one's ever experienced in our lifetime before. So let's just use these 3 days to take that first step, okay? So if you've made it this far, you're doing well already, guys, so well done. So our intention for today, I want to move forward with a full heart and a recognized soul. So we're being honest with ourselves, exactly what we need, exactly what we want, and we're coming up with a plan on how to incorporate that in a realistic, sustainable way into our everyday life. All right. Again, if anyone has any questions, please just pop them in the little question box and I will get back to you at the end, okay? So what are we going to do today? This is the outline for today, lasting rituals. We're going to talk about those lasting rituals. I'm going to give you my top 3 tips for making things stick. Now, you're going to have your own little things as well, but these are mine. As we're going to talk about making yourself a priority. It is so important. And I don't want you to say, okay, well, I had those 3 days, you know, I had that hour for those 3 days. You have to make yourself a priority every single day, whether that is, and I know that it's like this when you've got a wee baby, you know, getting a shower alone for 10 minutes. Mike and I used to, you know, I remember chapping the bathroom door and going, "You've been in that shower for 6 minutes," you know, and that's the way it is when you've got kids. You don't get any time. And even a shower or a bath yourself is a luxury, but you have to make yourself a priority. And hopefully over this week, we've figured out what small things we can do throughout the day and what tiny things we can implement immediately to make life just a little bit easier and a little bit happier. I'm going to take you through affirmations as well. I'm going to give you some suggested affirmations, but these are a very personal thing. So you will want to create your own affirmations, things that resonate with you. And I'm just going to talk for a wee minute about the power of those. And then we're going to do it's actually a soulful future meditation. All right. And that's going to be a nice, long, deep meditation with the singing bowl. Yay. Very excited. I got new chakra singing bowls and we're going to be using my purple crown or third eye chakra singing bowl today. How lovely is that? And the reason I've chosen to use this singing bowl is because the crown chakra relates to intuition and inner wisdom. And that's what these last 3 days have been about, really becoming aware of what we actually need, listening to our body when it is crying out for healthy changes, okay? The third eye chakra also relates to the endocrine glands as well, which is, we've been talking a little about hormones. So I felt this was the perfect chakra, perfect singing bowl to focus on today. All right. So creating lasting rituals, what does that actually mean? Okay, so if everyone has their handbook, yeah, I know there's been some issues with emails, but if anyone has a problem, just let me know and I'll pop it out for you. But in your handbook, you actually have space to make a plan for the next 4 weeks. So it's not forever, but you can do that in your own journal, all right? But the main thing is, number one, set goals that actually inspire you. There is no point in saying something like, I'm going to run a marathon if you hate running. Now, I hate running, okay? It's not my thing. I would cycle before running. So that would be a crappy goal for me, totally unrealistic and something I would lose interest in. So whatever your big goal is, make sure it's something that you actually want and not something that you just feel you should do because everyone else is doing it or it's expected of you. So set a goal that inspires you. We often get ahead of ourselves as well, and you know, we'll set a goal that's absolutely huge. I want to become a millionaire, or I want to and this is a big goal as well, do a handstand standing alone in the middle of the room for 10 minutes. I mean, that's bigger than the millionaire thing. But these overwhelming goals, they're not easily obtained. And because of that, it's really, really easy to lose motivation. Okay, you become despondent. You think, why did I even set out to do that? But when you make mini goals within that big goal, then you know, set them over a lengthier period of time, then you set yourself up for many successes instead of a big failure. So if, for example, it was I want to do that handstand, well, find out what handstand drills that you need to do, you know, just to start building up your strength, get those sun salutations done every day. You know, start going to a specialist inversion class at your yoga studio if you're not in lockdown. But you know, make those mini goals, whatever your goal is. If it's your goal is to get out of your 9 to 5 job and say you want to become a yoga teacher, you want to do what I did. So that's the kind of thing, you know, you need a big plan for that. You need to say, okay, I need to look at my budget. Can I afford to do a teacher training? When would I do the training? Would I have the time for that? Okay, and then set the mini goals. Okay, find a reasonably priced training, sign up for that training, do the training, qualify, decide what type of yoga I want to specialize in, decide where I'm going to teach, you know, lots of mini goals that you can tick, 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 and there is nothing more satisfying than ticking off a wee goal. All right. Now, even if it's just to have that daily yoga practice, commit to that 7 minutes a day. It is completely doable. All right. Does anyone have any thoughts on goals or any goals that they've already decided? Again, remember when you pop this in, nobody else can see it. So if you've got any goals you want to share with me, any awesome ones, or everyone's keeping their goals to themselves, okay, that's fine. So the next stage we're moving on to is organizing your goals, all right? Remember why you've made the goals and why you want the end result. So, for example, if your goal is to get out of your 9 to 5 job, fair enough, but why do you want out of your 9 to 5 job? Is it so you can spend more time with your family? Is it so that you can, you know, go to the hairdressers during the day and meet your friends for lunch? You know, all of these different things. You need to remember why you've got the end goal, not just what the end goal is. And you should be making SMART goals. Now, if anybody's worked in industry, oh my God, you'll have heard of these. SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So you've probably heard of these. But just like we did in step one, you're going to detail your specific goal. You're going to make it measurable. All right, have I actually achieved that goal? Attainable, you're going to make it realistic. Relevant, it's going to be related to what you want to actually achieve overall, and it's going to be time bound. So you're going to say, I'm going to do this by next Tuesday. It's not going to be just, oh, it's floating around in the air. Put it in your journal, put it in your plan, and then you'll be able to see if you've actually achieved that goal. All right. All right, so I've got a few goals here. Thank you for sharing. To have daily me time, 20 minutes, that's brilliant. That's completely realistic and will make such a huge difference. And I bet that 20 minutes feels like a massive amount of time. Maintain stable mental health. Oh, I think we could all be doing with that just now. That is a really good goal as well. So you need to be thinking about what are the mini goals? What things are you going to do? How are you going to implement the sadhana on a daily basis to keep your mental health nice and stable? Prioritize self-care, meditation, hypnosis every day, even if just for 10 minutes. See friends at least weekly. Yes. Eat a good breakfast every day. Yes. These are brilliant, all mini goals. That's fantastic, guys. Yay, we're all getting there. Okay. So we've organized our goals, we've made them, we've chopped them up into wee bits, and we've organized them. Well done, us. Okay. So someone has just said this is their goal, so you must be psychic. Fantastic. Making yourself a priority. That's what this week has been about, okay? Setting the time aside to just make a date with yourself on the calendar and say, this is my day, this is my 20 minutes for me to work on what I need to remain sane, okay? Because remember, this is a pandemic and this is survival mode that we're in, guys. This has basically been survival mode. People are saying, oh, I haven't achieved anything during lockdown. I had all that time. No, you didn't, because you were at home. If you were home alone, there's a lot of stress with that. If you're at home with family and your partner, there's a lot of stress with that as well. You're living on top of each other, or you're completely isolated. This has not been an easy time for anyone. So please give yourself a break and don't feel bad about not achieving anything. We are in survival mode right now. You know, so for example, say you're aiming to de-stress and tone up, okay, and you know that you need to get 15 minutes a day minimum, right? Monday to Friday, 5 days a week. Then you need to plug that into your calendar. Now, whether that's a calendar on your phone or your journal, you need to put it down somewhere, commit it to paper or electronics so that it becomes part of your personal routine. If you don't do it, it won't, you'll forget all about it. You can use the workbook that I provided to create your own personal morning, afternoon, and evening routine. And in day one, we looked at an example schedule of ways that you can incorporate the sadhana. Now, there are 9 million ways you can do that and all sorts of different techniques. And, you know, have a look in the podcast and on the YogaBellies TV on YouTube for different ideas and practices you can do as well. All right. Now, if you were not aware, it actually takes 21 days to create a routine. This is a fact. And it is tried and tested. So let's try and do it for a month and then it will be fully ingrained into our lives, okay? All right, believe in yourself. I have had so many emails and PMs, DMs from people telling me this week that they are feeling so low, that their hormones are bonkers, completely out of whack. They have put on weight, they're drinking too much, they're eating everything that's wrong. Their periods have stopped, their periods have become completely irregular. They've become heavier, their PMS is out of control, all of these kind of things, okay? Yesterday we did the quick survey, you were telling me everyone on here was fatigued, every single one of us. I mean, we've got people suffering from hair loss, bloating, all of these signs of hormonal imbalance. And these, when we see these physical symptoms as well, it does make us doubt our own value, because Western society has told us that women have to be pretty and women have to look good and stay young and stay fit. You know, we'll stuff that. That's not what it's all about. It's about believing in yourself, knowing that you are doing a damn good job getting through this pandemic. If you're still alive, you're doing well as far as I'm concerned, guys. Believe that you can reach your goals as well, okay? Remember why you've made these things your goals and why you want the end result. Make those little SMART goals and know that every tiny little thing you do, whether it's a mini goal or the big goal, it's all good stuff, okay? Really, if you don't make any of the goals, then that's fine. You have a full license to forgive yourself as well, all right? Unprecedented times, peeps, and I'm sure you're sick of hearing that. Okay. Now, this is something I feel very strongly about and something that I do, but something that for a long time eluded me. I was working like a maniac. I left industry to become a yoga teacher. I flung myself into it. And I was doing everything. I made all the YogaBellies website. I do all the marketing. I did all the branding. I did all the emails. I did absolutely everything myself. And it almost killed me. And, you know, I remember sitting one day in front of my computer thinking, why am I sitting in front of a computer setting up an email automation when I left industry to teach yoga, and all of this stuff had taken up so much of my time that I didn't have time to teach classes anymore, which is why I gave up industry. You know, so I had to take a good look at myself and say, right, what is this all about? This is not making me happy. This is not my best life in any capacity. And I had to make big changes. I had to bring people in to help me with things, to take things off my hands so that I could get back to what I love. And I can honestly say that I am moving towards that now. Now, nobody's perfect, but I am living passionately. I am living my best life. I am excited to wake up in the morning. I don't know if I'll be so excited to wake up in the morning if we get locked down again. Oh my God. But I do love my work. I do love everything I do. And I try to see the best in everything. All right. So I want to ask you now, this is a little reflection before we actually go into our meditation. When was the last time, and you can talk to me in the comments here if you want, that you looked at your life and you asked yourself if you were happy living it? When was the last time you actually posed that question to yourself? Passionate living is about living a life where you are excited to get up in the morning, right? And I know you're thinking, yeah, that's very well, Cheryl. We're not allowed to go and see our friends. We're not allowed to go to the shops. We're not allowed to go to the pub. We're not allowed to go to the gym here anymore. So yes, it is difficult, but you can still, everything is how you look at it. It's not the situation that we're in. We need to remain positive. If we cannot get out the house, if we cannot get to the yoga studio, we need to look at what we can do and be positive about that. Well, do you know what? My son is here and I love him. Maybe I can do yoga with him. Maybe today I'll do Joe Wicks on the YouTube because I can't get out. But the thing is that you need to feel positive and you need to wake up with that optimistic outlook. A life that feels passion driven with everything that you do, and that feeling that you're living your life to the fullest, that's real passionate living, okay? And this is a real test for us, and certainly for me, potentially going back into lockdown, we will see if I'm, you know, living what I'm talking about. It is a challenge. We have so many challenges just now. And when you get stuck in your everyday life as well, you are just going about the same routine day in, day out. And we see that so much during lockdown and during COVID. You're not living a life that's based on your passion. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to leave your 9-to-5 job or end your commitments. But what it does mean is that you need to try and change your perspective, and you need to try and include more things that you're passionate about, because this can help change how you look at things. And, you know, include more experiences in your life that rev up your passion and give you that opportunity to keep going, because we all need something to be aiming for just now. We all need something to keep us going. So I want you to look at your life right now and ask yourself, are you living a passionate life? I'd be interested to see what you're saying in the comments, guys, if anyone wants to share with me. What are you most passionate about, and do you even make time for those things to be part of your life right now? Because you may know what you're passionate about, but you may say, I have no time, or I'm not making time. But when you say you're not making time, you're saying it's not a priority. How can you make time for passions in your life? How are you going to do that? Right? So just try, if you have your pencil handy, just try jotting down 5 things that you're passionate about and that you want more of in your life. Oh, sorry, these eyelashes. Okay. Just start thinking about all the ways, you know, and setting goals that you can include more of these things in your life. You deserve these things. We are here. I don't know who said this quote. I'm not going to pretend it was me. You know, but I've heard the saying, we are here to do more than lose weight and pay bills. And I think that just sums up where we're at just now. You know, everyone's trying to lose weight and just pay the bills. That is basically our existence. But life has to be more than that, guys. You have to find what you need to keep you going, to keep you passionate, because breathing in and out is not alive. You need that passion as well. So your passion could be, if you're looking for inspiration, could be taking photos of nature, or yoga, or singing bowls, or writing, or traveling when you're able to. But whatever you're passionate about, if you haven't made it part of your career or your everyday life, then it is still possible to incorporate this into everything. And if you're not doing something you're passionate about every single day, you are unable to achieve complete happiness. How can you be happy if you're not doing things you're passionate about? You're just ticking the box, making the dinner, trying to lose weight, going to work, coming home. There has to be good things in there. All right. So I ask you to write down 5 things that you're passionate about. And you know, it's quite interesting when I do this exercise with people. A lot of people don't know what they're passionate about, or they think nothing. Someone has told me they do feel passionate about a lot of things, but those things are for my kids and my house. I want to be passionate about me, but I always end up pushing it away. I think we're all guilty of that. And if we all think, any of us that are mothers here, or for our partners as well, we all sacrifice our own happiness for our kids and our family and our friends. And I am asking you now to think about what makes you feel passionate. No, I totally get what you're saying, because I'm the same. You know, if my son is happy, I'm happy. But you need to have your own passion as well, because do you know what? One day they're not going to be in the house as well. And you need to figure out now what you need to make you happy. You need to live your own life. You only get one chance at that. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at affirmations. Can you tell me in the comments, does anyone practice affirmations at all? Now, I want everyone to try saying affirmations in the mirror every morning when you get up. Now, this sounds cheesy, right? And you will feel a bit ridiculous if you've never done it before, but they bloody work. Honestly, I love my affirmations. And the one that I always say is, I love myself. That's what I say every morning in the mirror, just to remind myself. Now, look yourself in the eye when you're doing this. Look in the mirror. And you can actually put wee post-it notes around the mirror as well. You might not want to invite your friends round. They'll see all your post-it notes. But I have wee post-it notes and stuff. You know, I deserve this time for me. Maybe that's what you need to say. I am allowed to have dreams and goals. Of course you are. Just because you're a mother or a wife or, you know, a partner, it doesn't mean that you don't have your own passions and your own goals. I deserve to feel healthy and alive every single day. Can everyone here honestly say that they have felt healthy and alive every single day the last 2 years? I haven't. Some days you're just autopilot, just get through this, just get through this, it'll be better soon. Well, do you know what? We don't know how long this pandemic is going to last. We really don't. And you need to live your best life right now. You need to be looking after yourself right now and trying to find things that you're allowed to do that you are passionate about right now. I realise everything that no longer serves me. Little typo there. That I did not bad. I only had one typo. Yay. I have some more comments here. I'm trying to do the affirmations, but it feels so awkward and cringy. Yes, I completely agree with you. It's super awkward and cringy. You just have to do it in the mirror when no one's there, and you have to focus at looking yourself in the eyes. And when I started really getting into affirmations a couple of years ago, and one of the things that I found it very difficult to look myself in the eyes because I had very low self-esteem. So really look yourself in the eyes, and just like we did in the exercise in day one, look at yourself as if you're looking at someone that you love. Okay, so the way you look at your kids, the way you look at your partner, your friend, look in your eyes as if you love yourself. All right, and then say it. I'm not saying that's not going to be cheesy and awkward, but really you need to be able to look yourself in the eyes and tell yourself wholeheartedly, I love myself. I deserve this time, because sometimes we just don't believe it. And there is power in looking into your own eyes and affirming that. Sometimes probably need more, use my kids more, use with my kids more, so we all do simple ones. Yes, absolutely. Yep, try doing the affirmations together. There are, in fact, I'll put a link in the group later, but there's really gorgeous affirmation cards for kids. And if you're stuck for affirmation cards, for affirmations, you can actually buy a deck of cards. I've got some lovely decks. Not that I've made, but that I own. I'll put links to them. You can buy them on Amazon. And if you're stuck, maybe just pulling one card a day, and that is your affirmation for that day, and you say this to yourself, you look yourself in the eyes, and you roll with that for the day. Does anyone have any other questions about affirmations or anything we've discussed? All right, well, if we are all good, we will move on to our soul-filled future meditation. So get yourself comfy, guys. No pens and papers for this one, all right? We are going to be reflecting on bringing into our lives a future filled with soul. Okay, so I'm going to virtually smudge you all with my sage. The sage has been taking a hammering today. If you don't know what this is white sage. It has antibacterial properties, and it for energetic cleansing. Got my wee bit lighter here. Right. It smells absolutely amazing. Okay, so if you buy some sage, you can get it on eBay, Amazon, your local shop, and just wrinkle it around your head. You may have seen this in a yoga class, and round the body, and it just takes away any negative energy. So before, because I did have some bad news today, I'm keen on smudging myself to death here so that I don't pass any of that negativity on to you guys, because nobody needs that. All right, I'm smudging you all. There you go. Just close your eyes. Fine. You're happy, please. All right, I'll just keep that lovely sage burning while we're chatting. So this inspiring meditation is a really powerful practice, and it's going to reinforce and encourage you to visualize a positive future, because right now, sometimes that can seem difficult. Now, this is a future led by your soul, deepening the self-inquiry with meaningful questions, okay? So I'm going to pose rhetorical questions to you as we go along. Now, let's begin with just taking a moment to allow your body to settle, okay? So if you need a blanket, get yourself a blanket, make yourself nice and cozy, lie down, sit in your chair. Just try and make sure you've got somewhere alone where you can relax, okay? So find a comfortable position either in a straight back chair or lying down, something that allows your spine to be long, but with a natural curve in the lower back, okay? Just breathing in and out through the nose. Inhale, equaling the exhale. You can close your eyes or you can keep them open with a soft gaze downwards. It's up to yourself, just a few feet in front of you. And I just want you to again sense, bring awareness to the top of your head, to your face, relax your jaw, allow the tongue to lie limp in the mouth. Release that jaw, relax the neck, put the shoulders back and down. Bringing awareness, sensing any tension. Where are we holding it in the body? Was it in the jaw? Are we feeling it in the chest and the heart? Are we feeling it in the stomach? Where is that tension? And just bring your awareness to it. And as you exhale, each time you exhale, just allowing that tension to flow down, down, down through the body and out the tips of the toes. Now I'm going to guide you through a practice to envisage a positive future today, okay? And I just want you to keep breathing in and out through the nose, being aware of the cool inhale, the turn of the breath, and the warm exhale. And with every exhale, you become more and more relaxed. Now, I want you to take this as an opportunity to connect with that place inside you that wants to work towards a healthy life, a life of meaning, fulfillment, of being your best self, of being filled with energy and vitality and happiness. All right. So just connect with that place inside of you. Just imagine what that place feels like. Now, this is a really useful way to consider how we care for ourselves and how we care for others. And a lot of you have told me you've been thinking so much about other people that you've forgotten all about yourself. And I want you to consider how you show up at your best to meet life's challenges, okay? What do you need to do? What do you need for you to be on your best form to deal with life's challenges? Because we have so many just now on top of everything we had before. Everything's been compounded by the pandemic. Now, I want you to take a deep, full breath in through the nose, in for 2, and out for 4. A nice long exhale. In for 2 and out for 4. So I want the exhale to be twice as long as the inhale here. And as we exhale, we are now releasing all of that tension. We are ready to begin this journey. Now just allow your breath to find a natural rhythm, just in and out. Okay, breathing naturally, but being aware of the breath. Allowing yourself to be fully present on the resting breath, okay? On the point where the breath turns from the inhale to the exhale. And as you relax, I'm going to give you some questions to prompt ideas and responses that are going to help you envision that positive future, okay? Now, throughout the practice, I want you to allow your body and mind to feel completely loose and open, warm and relaxed. Just feel any tension leaving the body, loosening the muscles, releasing the tension. And what I want you to do is just repeat the questions that I offer you silently to yourself. Okay? I do want you to resist the urge to problem solve and just see if anything comes up organically. If anything comes up on its own, okay? So don't start to panic. If nothing comes to mind, then you can just continue to focus on the breath until something comes up. Just breathing in and out, relaxing on the exhale. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what kind of a future do I feel deeply moved towards? I want you to become aware and to notice the thoughts, the feelings, any images that come to mind, any colours, anything at all. And while you're doing this, just remembering to breathe, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, following the exhale. Deep, natural breathing, relaxing and releasing. And as you hold this positive future in your mind, what feelings do you have in your body, in your mind? What feelings are present when you think about this future? How can I show up in a way that will allow this positive future to unfold? What can you do to allow this future to actually happen? So just reflect, don't worry about problem solving, or if you don't have the answer, just think about what we've done over the past 3 days and the way that you're going to approach this. Remembering to breathe, we often hold the breath and the breath becomes shallow and we start to panic about these big questions. If you are panicking, just acknowledge that tension, identify it in the body and release it. How can I show up in a way that will allow this positive future to unfold? How can I show up fully for the opportunities that I encounter? How can I make sure that I am making the most of this one life that I have? Now, this is a very important one for all of us right now, I think. Who do I want to be in relation to others? So we all see ourselves as the mother, the partner, the friend, the wife, the daughter, the aunt, the uncle. Who do we want to be in relation to others? Continuing to breathe. Now, what might get in the way of this, and how would you move beyond that? What would stop you being who you want to be? What skills or personal traits or capabilities would I need to get there? What things do you need to work on? Or what resources do you currently have that can help you achieve this? That can help you move towards this future? How might practice support this future? So is this a skill or a technique or something that you have to practice to move towards this future? Now I want you to see yourself somewhere in this positive future, okay? So project yourself into the future. and reflect on the things that you did that enabled you to get there. So this fantastic future that you have lined up, I want you to put yourself there now and think about the things that you did that got you there. And I want you to see yourself doing some of those things. So those things will be different for all of us. It could be spending more time with your family. It could be spending less time with your family. Maybe it's engaging in a daily yoga practice or a meditation practice that really helps support your clarity and your focus. But see yourself doing these things right now. It could be putting your energy into learning new skills, retraining for a new career. Or maybe it's how you allow yourself to connect with others. How are your relationships with other people? So I want you to see these things in your mind's eye, and I want you to notice what it feels like as you imagine doing these things. So just allow yourself to enjoy this gorgeous future that you have mapped out. See yourself living that life, doing these things. See them in your mind's eye, step into these actions and notice what it feels like as you imagine yourself doing them. Does it feel good? Does it feel the way you hoped it would feel? Now you can come back to this meditation anytime to rediscover connection to that place that's now inside of you that's ready to create that positive future. We all have the ability to improve our lives and the lives of those around us. I want to ask you to take this feeling with you as you head back to your everyday life. Can you now allow it to guide you and guide how you interact with the world today? So we're now going to bring this positive future practice to a close by taking a full breath in for 2, and a nice long extended exhale, out for 4. Just gently opening your eyes and coming back to the room. I bet we're all sleepy now, guys. Bedtime? Yeah. How did we feel about that meditation? Any comments or thoughts or questions? Is anyone feeling emotional or positive or motivated? I'd love to know what this has inspired in you. So I'll just go over what we've covered today. We've started to think about creating lasting rituals for our self-care, for movement, for bringing the sadhana into our everyday lives. We've considered ways to show ourselves more love. We've looked at the power of affirmations. We've gently touched upon that. We didn't have a lot of time. And we've began to create a vision for a healthy and positive future with our soul-filled future meditation. All right, guys. Very exciting. Oh, I'm so sad it's over. Your homework for today is to create a schedule for the next month. So there is room for 4 weeks, or you can do it in your journal if you want to do it for longer. and plan out the rituals that you think are going to work best for you, okay? So reflect on what we've uncovered over the past 3 days and what's been valuable or most valuable to you personally and what you can realistically take forward in a sustainable way. All right, so remember those big goals and the small goals, okay? The mini goals that get you to that bigger place. All right. Great work, amigas. I've got a few wee comments here. I'll just pop these down, some questions. Very motivating and emotional, thank you. Sleepy, feel determined though. Feel really positive and motivated after the first day of feeling emotional. It feels so good. It is so good to feel emotional. Honestly, I love it. I love a good cry. Yay. Hold on, I move this. Feeling motivated and calm. I've just had an embryo transfer on Monday. Oh, congratulations. Good luck with that. So this 3-day challenge has came at just the right time. Lost my yoga practice for a while, but I'm determined to get back to it and look after myself and hopefully a new baby. Oh, my thoughts are with you. Honestly, I really hope this works out for you. Positive vibes to you, lady. All right. Felt very good, even though I had screaming kids in the background. Well, I don't know if you heard, but I actually had a screaming kid on his iPad in the background also, which I was trying very hard to ignore. So I totally get what you're talking about. I liked what you said and definitely will remember your words. Need to remember to make time for myself. If you take anything away from this, guys, please make time for yourself. That is the biggie. All right. Oh, this wee thing keeps appearing in the middle. Hold on. Oh. Feeling spacey, brilliant. You know it's a good meditation when you feel spacey. Didn't have much come up other than the feeling of the sun. Well, who doesn't want to feel the sun? That's fantastic. I mean, you've got time to reflect, use your journal. Not everybody comes up with the answers during meditation. That's not often what it's about. It's just allowing those thoughts to settle and trying to get your head around the fact that these are things that you need to look at and consider. All right. So I'm going to choose someone for a yoga mat today. Again, da, da, da. Right, let's see who we've got. Let me have a wee peek over here. Okay. Trudy C. Who is Trudy? Trudy, you've just won a yoga mat. Well done. Yay. So if you can PM me your email, Trudy, I will get a yoga mat out to you. I'll be sending all the yoga mats out at the end of this week, guys. Okay. Now, feel free to pop off at this point if you want, but I am actually launching my new Empower program today. The wait list is opening. You can't actually book on yet, but the wait list is opening. So if you want to stay on and hear a bit about it, feel free to hang in there. If you want to bugger off, that's absolutely fine. I'll just going to talk to you about it for a few moments. So this is a new 300-hour program. It is a Yoga Alliance International certification program working with myself. And it's about transforming your life with feminine yoga. All right. So we focus on yoga for the female physical, emotional, and mental well-being throughout the life stages. So we're looking at menstruation, living in cycles, living in line with the seasons. We're looking at mental and emotional well-being for women through pregnancy, postpartum, through menopause, all the different stages of menopause as well, and looking at the whole concept of maiden, mother, and crone. But it's not just a yoga teacher training. What this program is, it's actually a personal empowerment program, okay? So although we look at all of these aspects of yoga, it's a very personal yoga journey. So in the first instance, what we're doing is we're looking at how all of these things affect you, how figuring out, you know, in a much deeper level than we have in this 3 days, what you want from life, what you need. And I help you using my own personal model of authenticity, growth, and success. Okay, so I'm sure you know how successful YogaBellies has been in the past, and I am going to tell you everything that I know about creating a personal brand, about creating your own wellness business as well, but also how to be completely positive and live your best life. It's for absolutely everyone. It's not just for yoga teachers. It's for people who are interested in anything feminine, healthcare workers, wellness business owners, physicians, and most of all, it's for people who practice yoga and want to embrace the feminine, okay? So they want to be living in line with their cycles. This is a 6-month empowerment program for every aspect of your life. I think I've just said what this says actually. So it's the time-honored wisdom of feminine yoga, exploring the female life cycle and the seasons and how to harness that feminine energy to live our best lives. It's not just on the yoga mat. I don't care if you can do a handstand. We won't be doing handstands. It's not about yoga postures. It's about living it on and off the mat, just the way it's been the last 3 days. It's very much a journey of self-inquiry and personal empowerment, uncovering what you need from your yoga practice, what you need from life, and what's been holding you back. So we're going to be doing a lot of shadow work, releasing blocks, and looking at how we can create and execute the life plan you have always dreamed of. All right. And there you go, business wisdom from myself, one of yoga's leading entrepreneurs. So everything I have ever known about creating and growing a successful ethical business. So whether that's a yoga business or something else, from I have won multiple awards, serial entrepreneur, I have many businesses, author and yogi myself. All right. So that's pretty much it. I don't want to bore everyone to death, but these are the modules that are covered. Month 1 is empower. That's the shadow work, looking at you, what you need, where we're going. 2, cycles and seasons, looking at living in seasons and cycles, the lunar cycle, the menstrual cycle, and the female life cycle. Module 3, we're looking at menopause and the stages of perimenopause all the way to postmenopause. Module 4 is our pregnancy module, birthing the mother, so preparing for pregnancy and childbirth with yoga. Mother and child is postnatal and baby yoga. And then module 6 is our soulful entrepreneur module, where I tell you everything I know about creating a brand and running a successful business. If you are interested, there will be a link in the Facebook group shortly. You just pop your name on if you want more information, and I'll send you an email out. You can unsubscribe at any time. There's absolutely no obligation. But if it is something you're interested in, if you are looking at deepening your journey, that might be something you want to sign up for. Anyway, that is us for today, guys. Oh, hold on. I've got a couple more wee comments here. Let me see. Oh, yep. Oh, no, I don't. That's fine. All right. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey, guys. I've absolutely loved every moment of it, and I can't believe it's over. Oh, please be sure to stay in the sanctuary group. Tell me what you're feeling, how it's going. I'd love to put out this wee poll again. See, was today's session helpful? I'll just bang that out. Again, it's completely anonymous, guys, but I'd love to know what you thought. Was it interesting? Did it bore the crap out of you? That's okay. I would love to know. All right. No problem. I'm glad to help. Okay. Thanks for the feedback, guys. It's always really good to know if I'm just, speaking to people and it's like, oh, this is really dull. The feedback is so important. All right. So I'm just going to end the wee poll now. So that's great. Most people are feeling really motivated and off to do their yoga practice and homework. And the other half of you are really keen to know about hormones and cycles. So nobody thought it was rubbish. Yay! Met my target for the day. But that's brilliant, guys. I'm so glad you've enjoyed this. And I look forward to chatting to you more in the sanctuary. Any questions, just drop me an email, cheryl@yogabellies.co.uk or ping me on the sanctuary. Namaste.